I quickly slapped together another Minecraft skin, and this time it took only like an hour. So before this, I just had this robot skin that took many iterations and hours to get right. But this time I decided to do something slightly, a little bit more humanoid. It's still very similar in style to the one I had before, but it's not. I just want to show the process, really. So I start with just getting a general flat shape, blotting it out, what sections I want to go where. Then we refine it a little bit more. I added some of these like antenna thingies on the head. Other than that, there's not really much difference between these stages. Let's see what's here. I refined the shaping a little bit more. I made it a little bit more interesting instead of just rectangles. Also, these lines with the hair helps a lot to make it more visually better looking. Alright, and now we did some basic shading. Basically, what I have is I just have few main colors, and then how I change it into different shades. If you don't want to think about it, you can switch, instead of having like a 24-bit palette where you just have like many color options, you can pretty much do something like a 12-bit palette. So instead of having like, I don't know if you're familiar with hex codes, but it's RGB, and it goes between 0 and F, so it's 16 by 16, 256 red options, green options, and blue options, and you get like something 16 million colors, I think. But if instead of having 256 options, you limit yourself to having 16 options, but instead of having 16 by 16, like FA, FB, FC, you just have it FF or CC or 11. At 16 by 16 by 16, you limit yourself to like 4,000 colors. And it makes very easy to choose the color you want, because you don't really have many options. So yeah. And basically how I shade this, I kinda do it from the outside in, like from the top. So the light is up there somewhere, it's dark in the middle. So again, I shade it going downwards and inwards. And you don't really need to think about it that much, just start slapping pixels and until it looks good. Let's see what happened here. What happened here? I think I did some more shading with the hair. I'm not sure. It's not exactly the best hair making technique, but if it works, it works. And then this is what makes it really work. The outer layer. Again, this is simple. I just copied some parts onto the outer layer from the lower one. Oh, missed a pixel here. But yeah, it adds a lot more geometry like that. Again, on the previous one, there's a little bit of a difference between the upper and the lower layer. It adds even more depth, but here it's just I copied some pixels on the top. Well, not copied, I just drew them on top. And also, a big thing, the head is not very symmetrical. I did it without the symmetry plane, but all other parts I did it with X and Z axis symmetry. So that decreased the work by like 4 times total. So overall, it's not exactly the most technically complicated skin, or in terms of palette. Like there's only 11 colors and like 2 actual colors, and then everything else is just simple shading. But I think you can take some tricks from this and apply it to your own skins if you want. See, would this look better if I did it like that? No, we'll keep it like that. But yeah. I'm going to upload it on like Planet Minecraft in case you want to take a closer look at it. I do think it's somewhat decent and it is quite unique. And then I tried to make it by myself. I didn't have a reference to copy. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.